Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the words we speak are embodiments of ideologies which are carried and spread throughout society. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but those words, especially with authority, especially in relations of power, can be used to intimidate, can be used to stifle action, and can be used to turn beliefs. We believe there are a couple of things we did to merit us a clear ballot for side proposition. There are 3 metrics you should use, Mr. Speaker, and you should check your notes when evaluating this. Number 1, burden fulfillment. Number 2, degree of responsiveness, and I'm referring to unrebutted positive material and competing analysis by form of rebuttal. And lastly is on charitability, something quite important. The biggest thing that we get coming from our side is uniquely explaining why it has to be done this way and uniquely why it should be done through criminalization. We tell you 3 consistent pushes coming from our side. A, it being bound up in relations of power, meaning that you need to use the levers of the criminal justice system to untangle that. B, it being a combination of ignorance and malice, meaning we're not talking about these random people we're gonna lynch who their side misreps us for. We're talking about people in positions of power and authority. C, the impeding on taking climate change seriously. Again, we're not just like Duterte, Marcos cracking down martial fucking law, wrecking people for no reason. There is going to be due process, particularly with those people who outright deny it from a very public perspective with a certain nefarious intention. And lastly, we think we gave you a very clear mechanism because a lot of the harms they accuse our side of were literally preempted by my PM speech when I met you out like 3 minutes of good shit explaining to you why there's going to be a process, what it's for, there's an investigation, etc. What did their side tell us? A couple of things. A, they said that there's no harm and that these people didn't mean it. We told you a very clear harm coming from our speakers, right? We told you that people can be displaced, people can get wrecked, people can die, and people can believe in these realities making bad decisions. We think intent doesn't matter, bro, because whether you punch someone in the face by accident or you didn't mean it and all those things, you need to be liable for your particular action, especially in this motion wherein you literally take up the mantle as a public figure and outright say all of these things. The second thing is in terms of what really the root cause is, because their side tries to like squirrel this a bit and say that, oh, you know, it's because of misinformation. We literally are able to explain that, and we're actually just more charitable in terms of doing so, because coming from Jaron's speech onward, we heard little to no response coming from the previous speakers. In fact, the whip spent most of their speech rebutting a case that we didn't say and misrepping us, and I don't think that's the most charitable thing. Like, win or lose, you know, I think in debate we just need to exercise more strategic charitability in terms of being able to create positive material as arguments and also competing analysis by virtue of that. And if you take a look at your notes, I hate to say it, but people do that, you're going to see that in terms of the accounting, we simply just have more material left standing and unresponded to, like Jarion's extension when he talked to you about the value of discourse and how ultimately we want to push people and create an incentive structure for them to have more productive discussions and like give a shit about the environment. And the thing you get from Hesaya's speech, which is like entangling the debate at what happened, being able to win on the very clear definition we set out, and also engaging what they say, which was kind of misreppy at best. For sure it wasn't meant, just in terms of like how the debate had progressed. So with that was a really great round. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night. We're very happy to stand on side proposition. Good luck.
What if you do that at